Welcome, everyone, to the NoDQ.com predictions video for the 2025 FanDuel. We're brought to you by FanDuel, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry about that.
Brought to you by FanDuel. Anyways, guys, this is the NoDQ predictions video. Hopefully, everybody's got their audio in check. We are live, pal. We're here to discuss Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is 7 o'clock Pacific time where I'm at right now. It's nice to be doing a stream a little bit earlier, but it's been a busy week for me, and I'm looking forward to Elimination Chamber this Saturday. We got 2 chamber matches, and we got some buzzing. We got some noise going on in the background. It is a party. It is a fun, exciting atmosphere for this Saturday's Elimination Chamber. Somebody's got to turn off their vibration. It is going strong there. All right, let's get everyone's thoughts on the show. Oofman, I'm going to start with you. How's it going, man? Thank you for coming on tonight. What are your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event? And no, we're not actually sponsored by FanDuel. Go
Darn.
ahead, Oofman.
I was going to start with the whole thanks, FanDuel, but no, it's good to see everybody here. Aaron, Matt, Dwayne, Gino, this guy. Good to be on with you guys again. I'm excited for the Chamber. I'm not going to lie. Last week's SmackDown got me all confused, especially with The Rock and his touchy thingy with Cody. But I am excited for the pay-per-view. I'm going to say excitement on that. Probably like a 7.5. I'm really hyped for it. Even if The Rock wasn't going to be there, I'm still excited for the Chamber. Usually is a pretty good pay-per-view. It's completely unpredictable. Some matches, yes, some matches, no. But I think that's the best part when we go into this pay-per-view with many, many predictions instead of just like, oh, it's this. So I'm excited to talk about it with you gentlemen, and I'm really excited for the show on Saturday.
All right, sounds good. Chat room, let me know your thoughts, how excited you are for the show. Leave a comment, and we will put some of the comments up on the screen. I'm going to throw it over now to Dwayne. Dwayne, how's it going? And how excited are you for this show on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, we're officially on the road to WrestleMania, so I am absolutely stoked for this pay-per-view. Like Oofman was saying, I was kind of subpar about it, even though it is an Elimination Chamber match. But this past Friday on SmackDown, kind of elevated up a couple notches, So I'm ready to see what happens. I'm going 9 out of 10 on this one.
All right, and I'm feeling about that level too. I think I was an 8, and actually The Rock being on the show puts me at a 9 out of 10. It's Toronto. It's the former Sky Dome, now the Rogers Center. It's going to be a great atmosphere. 30,000 fans in attendance for this one. Should be a great show with a lot of big moments as we head into WrestleMania. We'll know 2 more title matches, presumably, unless we get some shenanigans with Mr. Dwayne Johnson. But Matthew, what are your thoughts on this show, and has The Rock impacted your excitement level for this show at all?
I mean, yeah, pretty much just like everybody else. I was kind of on the fence. It was, it felt like it was going to be a good show, but now that we've got this weird what's going on with The Rock, I'm intrigued. I hope it's not going to, mess up the build for Mania. I mean, I know there's a lot of people thinking, oh, The Rock's just doing this because he has the power to, and he's going to screw up Triple H's booking. But I'm trying to being on the fence saying that, this is something that's been planned. Rock had said previously, on NXT, he's 20 steps ahead. So I'm hoping this is the 20 steps. So I'm definitely more interested in the pay-per-view now than I was. I'd say about a 8.5 out of 10.
All right, that's pretty solid. Gino, I'm going to throw it over to you now with your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. As always, honored to be here. So I would say, all things considered, I am also a 9 out of 10 on my excitement level. And one thing that I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about is how awesome I think the theme song is. It's reminding me of like Attitude Era, pay-per-view songs, and it's like the first WWE pay-per-view or premium live event song I've actually wanted to add to my playlist in I don't know how long. So that adds to the excitement, as well as feeling like there's an actual reason for Elimination Chamber matches versus just a hodgepodge of people. So excited for it.
All right, thank you for that, and thank you, this guy, for being back on with us tonight. Bray Wyatt in spirit with us here for these predictions. This guy, how excited are you for this show?
Well, you guys beat my expectations. I was at 8.5 automatically. E-Chamber is like one of my favorite pay-per-views next to like Money in the Bank, so like it's automatically going to be up there. But yeah, the last couple of weeks have just increased this excitement. My only thing I'm kind of nervous about this prediction is because I was just going through my head like maybe a half an hour before the show started to figure out like what is my picks. So I still have I'm still not like I still have not decided my overall picks for like two of the matches, but I'm ready to start this this video.
All right, let's get to it, everybody. We only got 4 matches, but we do have a lot to talk about. Plus, we'll give some thoughts on the non-match segment, which includes Cody Rhodes and The Rock. But we'll get to that in just a few moments. Let's start off with this match, which I think is more of a throwaway match than anything else on this card. But, you know, you do have a cool moment here because it is Trish Stratus getting in the ring again in Toronto, her hometown. She'll be teaming up with Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candace LeRae. I don't have too much to say about this one. I'm not sure if anybody else will either, but it's all about Trish coming in Toronto, and I think the outcome of this one is very obvious. I do think that Tiffany and Trish will pick up the win here. Tiffany has her title defense against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, so you want her to be strong. Candace LeRae is in the match. Candace LeRae likely taking the fall. Highly likely in all likelihood. So this guy, I'm going to go right back to you. Any thoughts on this match? How excited are you for it?
Well, speaking of spirits, in the spirit of TJS, I love that thumbnail for the match. Just to get that out the way, but to be more serious, yeah, it's a pretty predictable match. This is only like one of the only couple matches that's like super obvious. I disagree with you on who's eating the pin, though. I feel like it should be Nia. As much as I love Nia, she should eat the pin in this match if you want to build up Tiffy time.
Well, listen, I agree with you. I think Candace will take the fall. I'm just thinking that's what's going to happen. But I think I said this on one of the streams that to make Tiffany as strong as possible as champion, have her pin Nia Jax in this match. I prefer that. I'm just saying I think it'll be Candace that takes it. But you're right. It should be Nia that puts over Tiffany here. Make Tiffany as strong of a champion as possible. Now, of course, they could do another rematch on next week's SmackDown or in a couple of weeks. You know, that's definitely a possibility. So we'll see what happens. Matthew, I'll throw it over to you. Anything you would like to add to it?
I mean, not too much. You know, the Toronto crowd needs to have at least one babyface win tonight. Yes, that might be a spoiler, but yeah. Trish isn't going to lose in Toronto, and it's going to be Tiffy time. And like you said, I think Tiffany needs to pin Nia, and she needs to make it look dominant. They've made Tiffany look pretty weak the last couple weeks, and if she's going to have any chance to beat the Queen of Nepotism, she's going to have to look strong against Charlotte. And, you know, that's my big worry, is Charlotte still going to end up going over in the end at Mania, but that's another story. But yeah, Tiffany and Trish are going to win, but Tiffany has to look strong doing it.
All right. Would you agree with that, Dwayne? I'll throw it over to you now with your thoughts.
I don't think I can add any more than what's already been said to it, but yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Tiffany definitely needs to win. I would love to see more of I almost want to say a squash match between these two, just to make her even look even stronger than possible. But, you know, either way, Tiffany and Strash are winning. Nobody knows.
And maybe Trish wipes out Candace and Tiffany wipes out Nia Jax, and then Candace is placed on Nia's body, and then Tiffany comes off the top with the moonsault to both of them.
Exactly.
Pins him, stacks him just like Roman Reigns. Uthman, your thoughts on this match? Go ahead.
I think I agree with you guys. Everybody's saying that the faces are going to win, Trish and Tiff. However, it seems like it's been a while that they've been putting Tiffany and Nia together. So I think Trish is actually going to get the pin on Candace to give the hometown crowd a happy-go-feely feeling. And probably Tiff and Nia are going to be fighting in the on the outside or up the alleyway. And like you said, Aaron, I think since there's still time for WrestleMania is in April and we're barely getting through, Saturday is March already, since we still have a whole month plus till Mania. Like you said, Aaron, I put either at a SmackDown or is there a Saturday Night's Main Event before Mania or no?
No.
All right, so then, like you said, in a SmackDown, it'll be the last time, Tiffany versus Nia. So I say the babyfaces get the win, but it'll be Trish pinning Candace to give that hometown crowd feeling. Because like Matthew said it, maybe we're going to see some heels go over predominantly in this pay-per-view. So let Trish have the win and just have Tiffany beating the crap out of Nia to continue that feud, because it's like I said, it's a while till Mania. Got to keep Tiff strong, yes, till Mania. But I think they're going to have one final match before it's Charlotte and Tiffany at the show of shows. So the babyfaces go over, but I say Trish pins Candace.
All right, Gino, we'll wrap it up with you. Would you like to throw a curveball and suggest the heels win? What are your thoughts?
The only way that I'd possibly think that if Vince was still running the show, because he loved hometown heroes losing in there, they're negative 2,000 odds. I mean, they're gonna win. You guys have said enough about it. Let's move on.
All right, so we are unanimous on that one, and we'll properly move on to the next match. This one, I actually feel this might be the most unpredictable match on the entire show. We'll see. We got an unsanctioned match. We got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. WWE is not responsible for anything that happens in this match. Now, a lot of people were thinking that this was going to be a WrestleMania match, but instead they're doing it at Elimination Chamber. Now, what does that mean? Are they going to come back with a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, or is Kevin Owens going to move on to a match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania? Remember, Randy Orton has been out, and people have been thinking that he was going to be coming back at the Royal Rumble. That did not happen. As of now, Kevin Owens is a very slight betting odds favorite, but it's not one-sided, this one. So I'm very curious to get everyone's thoughts on this one. Gino, I'm going to throw it right back over to you. What are your thoughts on this match?
Yeah. Speaking of Randy Orton, right, this is exactly what Triple H was afraid of, that Kevin Owens was going to put him back on the shelf, and here he is still on the shelf. I think that what Kevin has been doing over the last couple of months, fast forwarded from earlier in the 2024 when nobody thought he had a chance against Cody, to having a second match, and then people thought maybe he does have a chance against Cody, and maybe Sami will win the and all that stuff. I just think Kevin's on a roll right now with what he's doing. He's doing the X videos in the parking lot. He's outside Sami's house. This feud will always draw attention from me. I honestly think that they're going to battle to a draw. I think it's going to be some type of they are both too hurt or something like that. But if I had to pick a winner, I think Kevin Owens is going to win.
All right, so you're going with the odds. Matthew, we'll throw it over to you next. Go ahead.
Well, I think KO is going to win, and I think it's going to be clean. It's going to be decisive. I think he's going to. I wouldn't be surprised if they have him end up stretching out Sami, or at least beat him so bad that maybe this is where Orton will show up, setting up the match. But yeah, KO has been on fire lately. This is between him and Drew. They're doing the best character works of their career. These two, Sami and KO, can fight anywhere, anytime, and people are going to love it. But I think KO needs this win more, especially after the losses he's had. And I think it's, like I said, I think it's going to be brutal. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets bloodied, and if Sami probably isn't even stretchered out, just to make it look that dominant.
All right, there you have it. So that's 2 for Kevin Owens. Now we throw it over to this guy who's always got an opinion. Whether it's a safe prediction or a controversial one, this guy has something to say. So go ahead, this guy, with your thoughts.
Well, I'm kind of mad they took took my pick. Yeah, like exactly. He KO's been on a losing streak. He's also been doing the like best character work of his career, as far as I known him in WWE/NXT. So he definitely needs this win. Sami can take the L. He's been on a hot streak, even if he lost his World Heavyweight Championship title match. So he's still fine. He's still with the bloodline, the pseudo bloodline original OG, whatever you want to call it. So he's fine with this L. I don't know if Randy's going to come out here. I mean, it would be a good surprise, but you already know that already having The Rock on the card in some manner is going to like overshadow Randy. And I'm still mad, and I really wish we had a time machine to see a feud with Randy versus The Rock. But I mean, you can only play that in the video games. But yeah. Another person for KO guy.
All right, that's another one for KO. We'll go over to Dwayne with Dwayne's thoughts on this. Go ahead.
I think, personally, the only reason this match is on this card and not WrestleMania is the fact that it's in Canada. You got two hometown boys fighting it all out. Because this, for me, the unsanctioned match, I don't think it can get no bigger than this. I don't even think Hell in a Cell could beat it. They probably should have changed it maybe to, like, say, a stretcher match than have an unsanctioned Mania or something. I don't know where the direction they're going with. Is this just going to be a one-off match, or is it going to continue beyond this? I don't know. I'm having a hard time wanting to pick because I don't think Sami's gotten a win in Canada, has he, on a pay-per-view?
I don't
Can
recall.
anybody quote me on that?
I don't recall.
Either way, I'm going with my safe bet with Kevin Owens on this one. I really want to say Sami Zayn because this is the Triple H era. What I was wanting to say before we started, that none of this is unpredictable anymore, especially after the Royal Rumble. So you can't really go with people think, but I just don't see Kevin Owens taking the L right now. He's too big on a hot streak.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you on that one. Although maybe Randy Orton costs Kevin Owens the match, but as Matthew pointed out, Owens is coming off of several losses. And if you're doing Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, I think you really have to build it up for Kevin Owens to be strong. Although City by the Bay feels that KO can take another loss. So Uthman, we'll wrap it up with you. I'm going with Owens, although I would not be shocked if Sami Zayn won this somehow, whether it's Randy Orton interference or something like that. I'm kind of torn on this one. I can see why the betting odds are so close. But so far, we're all picking Owens. What do you think, Oof?
Yeah, I'm going to join everybody and say Kevin Owens. And the way he wins is, since they made this a rivalry personal, I have a feeling that they were probably going to fight in the backstage area. And lo and behold, Sami's family is going to be there. And Owens, I mean, when he gets desperate and he hits that evilness on a fifth gear, he'll probably use Sami's wife and kids. So I don't know how, but I just have a feeling that they're going to end up in the backstage area. Sami's family is going to be there, and Owens is going to threaten his family or use his family like a shield or something for a distraction and nail Sami with either an object or the pile driver that he does to get to 1, 2, 3. And I think, yeah, I would have bet if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would have said that, yeah, Owens and Zayn at Mania, but with Orton on the sidelines, I'm guessing our roads are heading towards Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Will Orton show up? I'm going to go with he will, but he won't interfere. You'll see him, and Owens will like stare at him, and there it is. That's the next chapter for Owens, is him and Orton for Mania. It would be cool to see Randy participate in the match somehow, but I'm thinking since Owens is a slickster, he's evil. When he goes evil, he goes evil. And he's going to use Sami's family to distract Sami. He'll get the win. And then whether he's celebrating or, like I said, if they end up in the backstage area, Owens is probably want to go back into the ring. And who's in the ring but Randy Orton standing in the ring? And there's your face-off for WrestleMania. I predict this match is going to be the women's match is going to follow this, because I think even though the Chambers have the gimmick, I think, like everybody's saying, 2 Canadian boys wrestling in Canada, I think the fans are going to be on fire. I think the crowd's going to be hot. They're going to need something to calm down. So either the women follow this match or the segment between 2 guys that we're going to talk about soon will follow it. But this is going to be, I think, the match of the night. The crowd's going to be on fire. Probably no one's going to be sitting for this. Everyone's going to be excited. They'll go in the crowd. They'll go everywhere. But I say Owens, being the slickster that he is, he takes the win by using Sami's family against Sami, and it ends with Orton and him having a stare down.
All right, this guy changing your pick.
Oh no, just two quick things. Ulfman, do you think that KO would pull a Samoa Joe like he did versus AJ Styles? Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, because I mean, on SmackDown we saw Owens outside Sami's house and vice versa and all that. They're making it personal, and if like you said when he was in NXT and in his whole entire career, when Owen goes evil, he goes evil. And so I think desperation is going to hit, and he's going to I just feel that Sami's family is going to be there, and he's going to use, and who knows Sami better than Owens? And so he's going to use his family for a distraction for something. And then that's when he goes into 6th gear, if that exists, and Owens takes it. So yeah, something like with him and AJ, I'm predicting.
Don't forget. Go ahead. I was going to say, don't forget we've got Karen Krause lurking somewhere behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean he could end up costing Zayn the match. That's a possibility.
And is it like to get the win? Do you have to pin or submission, or is just like if no one can respond to like a count of 10? Like how do you win this match? I mean, because it's not even really a match, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's just like a no holds barred match, but I don't know. We'll see.
It's just a regular match where a win or loss doesn't count.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like a lights out match, essentially. All right, guys, we're gonna move on. This is a segment, so we're gonna just talk about like what is the outcome of this segment, and it's either gonna be, does Cody Rhodes accept the offer? Does he quote sell his soul? The Rock, Cody Rhodes. The Rock wants Cody to be his champion, and Cody has to make a decision at Elimination Chamber. What's going to happen here now? We're talking about how this segment ends. Will Cody Rhodes go with The Rock, accept the offer? Of course, there could be a swerve. Maybe Cody accepts, and then it's revealed to be a swerve on SmackDown or something like that. But we're talking about this particular show. Will Cody Rhodes end the segment with The Rock, aligned with The Rock? That's the key here. Yes or no. It can't really be a gray area. You got to make a pick. Is Cody Rhodes going to accept the offer or decline it? I'm going to say no. I think Cody is going to turn down The Rock, and I'm going to make a very bold prediction later, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. I say Cody Rhodes says no. It's the standard good guy is proposed to do something evil, and he doesn't do it. I don't see Cody Rhodes turning heel. I know people are talking about that. I'm saying no. I'm saying it doesn't happen. Oof, what do you think? Yes or no?
I agree. I don't think he is. What made me laugh this Friday on that segment, watching it over and over again, Rock was basically playing like the Vince McMahon, and now Cody is like The Rock, the corporate champion. And he's saying, you could be this. I'm promising you this. I want you to be my champion. It's almost like he's saying, I want him to be his corporate champion. But if you, again, using logic in an illogical situation, since Cody won the title, he's been that corporate champion. He's the guy doing the sign-ins, the make-a-wishes, the press conference. So he's already doing it. But I guess Rock wants him to be the heel type corporate, like he was to Vince. So I'm going to go with no. I'm just like what you said, Aaron. He's the good Galio, good babyface. No, I'm their champion, not yours. And I guess we'll talk about the aftermath after we talk about the main event. So yeah. My vote is no.
It's like when Ted DiBiase wanted to buy the WWF title and Hulk Hogan said no, or when Sensational Sherry tried to get the Ultimate Warrior to give Randy Savage a title match and Warrior said no. It's very much like that. Or when Vince McMahon wanted Steve Austin to wear the suit and tie and Austin threw it off. it very much is like a lot of people comparing it to Vince and Steve Austin. So this guy, yes or no? Go ahead.
Yes, no, I'm joking. Of course not. Because we don't get fun things, we don't get cool storylines anymore. That's simple as that.
So you
I'm
would like
sorry, Noah. Sorry. I would. I mean, I don't even care about Cody. I just want it to be the unexpected, and we already know if John Cena didn't turn, Roman had unfortunately COVID had to turn Roman. Basically, we're not getting a heel Cody Rhodes. It's not happening. Like I would win $1 million next week before that even happens, and I'm being dead serious about that. I'm done.
All right, Gino, yes or no?
Okay. So this would be a really, really good way to get Cody Homelander. I think it would be great, but I just don't think that we're going to get heel Cody until after he drops the title. I do think we're going to get a "we want Cody, I'm the people's champion now, not you" type of interaction. And he's going to say, no, I'll never be your champion. I'll always be the people's champion. And then maybe leads to something with that people's championship belt. But for this show, hard no. I'm the people's champion. I will not be your champion.
All right, thank you for that. And this guy threw in a $2 super chat. Thanks. This guy says, one day No DQ will be sponsored by FanDuel or something. Hey, there you go, FanDuel. Maybe we can work something out in the future. But nonetheless, thank you again. This guy, Matthew, go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I agree pretty much with everybody else. We're not going to get Codelander yet, but yeah. And I think this will play into it could play into the outcome of the chamber and the eventual winner, but I think I'll explain more of that after, once we get there. But yeah, Cody's going to tell him no. It would be cool, but yeah, I see them going in a different direction right now. So yeah, Cody's going to say no. I'm the people's champion. I'm already, the corporate champion to the WWE, not to, corporate Rock.
All right, there you have it. Dwayne, we'll wrap it up with you and move on to the chamber matches.
Based off this, if I knew what part of the show this segment was going to take place, it will probably actually help me benefit my prediction point or prediction for the men's, but just a safe bet, no, he ain't going to accept it. No, absolutely not. No way in hell.
All right, so yeah, we're unanimous on that one. No Cody joining up with them. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll talk maybe more about The Rock here in a few minutes. But first, we got the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We have Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez from NXT entering this match. Bianca Belair is the betting odds favorite as of now. So let's get everyone's picks. Now for this, you get 2 picks. You get your primary pick for 2 points and your secondary pick for 1 point. And we are also going to predict who will be the first person eliminated from the match. So let's go ahead and get everyone's thoughts on this one. Keep that in mind. Dwayne, I'm going to throw it over to you first on this one. First pick, second pick, and who goes out first. Go ahead.
Regardless of what the betting odds are, I already had my mind made up who my pick was going to be to win this one. And last night, when Raw went off the air, it solidified it. So to me, it's always been going to be Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. I don't see anybody else. I could see it happen as a Mania match. We don't want another Liv Morgan match with Rhea Ripley. And I don't think really there's no promise in any of the other ones myself. So my first pick is going to be Bianca. And just for giggles, I'm going to say Naomi's the second pick.
All right, that's an interesting second choice. I, too, am going with Bianca Belair to win this and face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And my second pick would probably be I'm going to go on a long shot here and say Roxanne Perez to shock the world, but I don't think that's going to happen. Dwayne, who do you think is going to be the first one out? I'm going to say Bayley is the first one out. What do you think?
Nah, I think they're going to use ring rust or some sort. I'm going to say Alexa Bliss is the first one out.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, maybe the flickering of the lights or some kind of glitch, and Alexa Bliss is the first one out. That could be what happens. So we'll go over to Matthew now. Matthew, let's get your thoughts.
So yeah, as much as I'd like it to be maybe a different option, I think it's going to be Bianca. My big concern though is the whole. I guess it's pretty much going to give away that EO's not going to beat Rhea either. I'm just kind of curious what WWE is going to do with EO after this. I don't want to see her just in a damage control tag match or something. But yeah, Bianca's going to win. My second guess would be they'll go for a surprise. So I think Alexa will be number 2. And I think Bianca, the first person to be eliminated is going to be Naomi, pinned by Bianca. But the only other question we have is the Jade factor, which I was shocked they didn't pull the trigger on Jade showing up last night. So I'm still curious, where is this going to go? And how are they going to go from Rhea and Bianca if Bianca's still in this Jade storyline? That's the only thing I don't get. But yeah, I think Bianca's going to be the winner. Alexa will be number 2, and I think Naomi's going to be the first one eliminated.
All right, thank you for that. This guy, we're going to go over to you next. Go ahead.
Oh man!
Need more time? We can go with
skip me, please. I still
fair enough. We could skip you. All right, Gino, I'm going to go to you next and get your thoughts.
Okay, well, first off, you had mentioned Roxanne. I think Roxanne is going to have a very similar role to Tiffany at last year's event. She's going to have a great showing. She's going to really show the main roster what she can do ultimately in a losing effort. I predicted Bianca Belair was going to win the Royal Rumble because I thought it was going to lead to Bianca versus Rhea. So I'm going to stick with that since that narrative is still there. I just keep thinking back to what Rhea Ripley said last night on Raw. Like, she mentioned that she's beaten everybody and that, except for EO, right? But as far as I can remember, and I could be completely wrong, she hasn't beaten Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss is the goddess to me. Doesn't matter about her size. She's always been top-notch, top women's player and she's already got her vignettes and stuff like that. Is she going to win? She might be my number 2 pick to win, but I definitely don't think she's getting eliminated first. As far as eliminated first, I'm just going to take the low totem pole wrestler there and say Naomi is going to eat the pin first or whatever submission, however it goes. She's going to be the first one eliminated. And what kind of adds to my Bianca thing is, like you said earlier, Raw went off the air. Liv and Raquel got the titles. I don't know why Raquel needed to sneak behind their back to use the post. Like, you're in the match. Like, you don't really have to sneak to do that. Like, you're it's not illegal. But so that was weird. But you had to get the title off of Bianca. Something about half of a tag team champion in wrestling in a singles match, it doesn't feel as big as when they're both not when it's one non-champion going for the championship. So I think it's going to be Bianca with an Alexa as very hopeful number 2. I would rather see that, but I would be just fine with Bianca Belair.
All right, sounds good. All right, Uthman, we'll throw it over to you next, and then we'll let this guy have a few more moments to think about his picks. Maybe Uthman can inspire a prediction from this guy. Go ahead, Uth.
Breathe in, breathe out. This guy, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, like mostly everybody's saying, especially after Raw, I changed my prediction as well. That I am going to say Bianca takes it. My number 2 is, because I feel like no one's really talking about her or they're excluding her, I'm going to say my number 2 is Alexa as well. I don't know why. I'm just getting this fuzzy feeling. Plus, it's been a while since she's been gone. So, but I also I agree with Gino. I really doubt it'll be Alexa winning it. All arrows are pointing to Bianca. As far as who gets eliminated first, I'm agreeing with almost everybody where I say Naomi gets eliminated first, but she gets eliminated by a botch with her and Bianca trying to do a double team move that Bianca's going to go, like, let's say Naomi is holding somebody. Bianca goes to do a move. She hits Naomi instead, and then whoever they were going for pins Naomi because Jade is a factor in this. And for some reason, like a week or two after her injury, in my head popped in, what if Jade faked this injury just to see what Bianca would do? Like she was tag champs with her. She gets injured, and then she immediately replaces her really fast with Naomi. So I'm going to go with that Naomi's my first pick, Liv is my second, and Bianca's my first pick. Alexa is my second, and Naomi gets pinned first on a botched move by Bianca, which that'll lead. Then now we'll have like almost Bianca with two storylines, trying to focus on the world title at Mania, but now trying to reconcile with Naomi. Enter Jade, where like, all right, time to find out who did it. I think Jade will reveal that she did it herself, but she was in on it with Naomi to see what Bianca would do. And Jade's will be like, well, you replaced me real quick with Naomi, and then they're going to slap hands, and then they attack it. So that's for down the road. So I say first pick after, especially last night, after them losing the titles, as much as I adore Liv. But yeah, Bianca's my number one. Alexa is my number two. And first eliminated is Naomi on a botched move by her own tag partner, Bianca.
All right. This guy, there you go. Uthman gave you his picks, and we've all pretty much gone with Bianca. Anything you would like to add or any curveballs you're thinking? Go ahead.
All right. All right. What I want to win, what will happen is two different things. So, and I hope they don't change it because of what I'm about to say. So my prediction is, it's really weird. I have Liv Morgan being my first to win. She's my number one. She's also my first to lose at the same time, as weird as that sounds. I don't see Bianca Belair going against Rhea Ripley yet, and definitely not Alexa. Did Bayley and Ripley ever go at it? I can't remember if they did or not.
I'm not sure. I don't think so because they've been on separate shows, and Rhea was a heel while Bayley was a heel.
So I'm going to keep Bayley as a dark horse, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong. But I'm going to pick Bayley as my dark horse, Liv as my number one, and I already said also Liv getting eliminated first too. So I mean, I'm going to just try to tie both ends with it. The reason why I'm keeping Bianca away from any of those particular outcomes is because I have this odd, crazy theory that more than likely it's not going to happen, but I wish it would. What is it? Elimination Chamber 2009 or 2010, I forget which one it was, where Shawn Michaels pissed off once his rematch against Taker. Jade pulls a Shawn Michaels, comes right into the ring, and knocks either Naomi or Bianca out, costing one of them the title shots. The last, let's say, three or four in there or whatever, and Jade interrupts the last two, getting Bianca or Naomi eliminated. Roxanne's almost there, so she pins one of the other ones, and then again, either Bayley or Liv Morgan picks up the win for the last one by knocking out Roxanne after she pins and takes out whoever's one of the last two out there. That's how I'm going to go with it. I highly doubt that's going to work, but that's what I want to see.
All right. Well, that's some bold stuff you just said there. And by the way, I wasn't shaking my head at what you said necessarily. I was going by what TJ has said. He had muted our group chat, and that's why he was unable to make the predictions tonight. TJS, ladies and gentlemen, always up to shenanigans.
See, this guy, you needed that extra time to think about it because that was a hell of an answer.
All right. So there you have it for the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Now we move on to the Men's Elimination Chamber match. We got Damian Priest, bisexual Undertaker, whatever you want to call him. We got Logan Paul, the Maverick. We got John Cena continuing his final run, making his second appearance of the year. We got CM Punk looking to main event his first WrestleMania. He's still on that goal. We got Drew McIntyre hoping to rebound from some tough losses over the past several months. And we got Seth freaking Rollins after being Cody's Shield at WrestleMania. He hopes to fight Cody this time at WrestleMania and potentially take his title. I've enjoyed the build-up for this match. I feel that they've done a good job, WWE has, of building up everybody as solid contenders for Cody Rhodes. And we had the segment with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. We had Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. So yeah, I've really liked the build-up for this. I like the lineup for this match. Let's go ahead and get everyone's thoughts. Anybody want to go first on this one and start us off? Okay, Gino volunteered. Gino, you're going to go first. Same thing as before. Your primary pick, secondary pick, and then your prediction for who will be the first to go out of the chamber. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. So like I said at the opening, it feels with the build, like you just said as well, Aaron, with the build and everything, it feels like there's a need for this type of match to decide a challenger for Cody's title. All of the guys, no matter how small or how big, have some sort of claim to Cody. That being said, I think it's going to be Damian Priest is the first person eliminated. I think of all the people in the match, you need everybody else to kind of come out looking a little bit stronger. I think maybe he can't necessarily afford it, but he could afford it. It's just not really going to do much. He's kind of in the lower upper mid card area, like lower main event level, where everybody else is a star. I'm thinking about how Jay chose Gunther because it's Raw versus Raw and the championship. And I'm thinking, well, what shows are the guys on and all this stuff? And, Punk's on Raw, but how is he going to get his main event if he doesn't win this? Drew's on SmackDown. Maybe he could win it because he's a SmackDown guy now and he's going to challenge Cody, even though Netflix has a picture of Cody on their advertisement for Raw, whatever. But that being said, it would be kind of the height of stupidity to not have Cena going over to the main event and go against Cody this, I don't want to say generation, but this quarter generation's Cena, essentially. So I think that Cena, and he's the same odds as Trish and Tiffany to win -2,000. I mean, it doesn't get much higher than that in this type of stuff. So I'm going to go with the favorite. I'm going to go with what makes the most sense for a big WrestleMania match. Because if Cena loses, I don't see where he goes as far as to having a high caliber match. I do feel really bad for CM Punk, though, just because, dude, his whole goal is to get the WrestleMania main event. It almost feels like Vince is pulling the strings behind the scenes because it's like, is he really going to have to wait another year just because he got hurt his first year when he came in, like they're punishing him or something? I don't know, but we all remember Paul Heyman's he's got that favor with Paul Heyman. I guess Paul Heyman has a lot of pull. Maybe he can insert him into a championship main event match that one of these guys earned. But yeah, so it's Cena 1. I'm going to have Punk as 2 because really I don't think anybody else stands a chance. And I mean, if we were going to Dark Horse, I think at deep number 3 would be Drew, but it's going to be Cena.
All right, we'll throw it over to Oof. Oof, let's get your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same train there as well as Gino. It's always hard to pick against Cena, but just with the retirement tour going on this year, and obviously for Mania, you always want your best matches. And Cena, Cody, you have the prototype, no pun intended, of Cena versus basically his carbon copy Cody of being that babyface G. Willikers type character. So I'm going to say my first pick is going to be Cena. It's just cause I just feel like I have to. My second pick, I'm going to take a wild shot because the way he's just been being used, the way they've been building him, I'm going to go with Drew as my second pick. I think he's the silent pick where people are forgetting about him a little bit. And kind of like what Gino said, you got the babyface versus heel thing. And I think Drew's been killing it the past 2 years. And so he is my wild card pick to take this chamber match. So if Drew wins, the question is, what do you do with Cena at Mania? Well, let's just say if Drew does win and it's Drew and Cody, I wouldn't be against John Cena versus Logan Paul, a hype match at Mania. You got the man Cena versus the social media man Paul right there, and just have those two go at it. I could care less who wins, to tell you the truth, but there at least you know what you can do with Cena for Mania. As far as Orton versus Cena, I think is busy with Kevin Owens from the previous match we spoke about. So I'm going to say it's going to be my number one pick, Cena. My second pick is going to be Drew. First elimination. I've been thinking about it, and it deals a little bit with the favor, and it deals with the segment that I think is going to precede it, which we just spoke about. First eliminated is going to be CM Punk, because I feel like he'll get eliminated. Hang on, that guy. Hang on. Let me explain. I think Punk will get eliminated, and then the show ends with, again, whoever wins. And then we're going to cut back to the locker room. There's Punk sitting in his chair. I have like a director's thing in my head right now. So Punk is sitting there in his chair, breathing heavy, sweating. He has this pissed off look in his face. Camera's going to pan back. Who's sitting next to Punk? Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Paul Heyman, and we cut to black with Punk turning his eyes towards Heyman, meaning he's going to cash in the favor. However, on a SmackDown or another show, Punk is going to cash in his favor. Once Heyman hears what the favor is, Heyman's going to come back to Punk and say, oh, well, that's I don't have the power for that favor. Enter who? Mr. Hollywood himself. Punk is who The Rock picks as his corporate champion. Somehow, CM Punk gets added to the title match at WrestleMania, and we have a triple threat match. Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Calling it, mark it down, record it.
All right.
Bold, I'm aware, but
hey, that's what we want. We want some bold predictions, some interesting ideas.
I'm taking a big step there. So
outside the box, perhaps. Dwayne, we're going to throw it over to you now. Anything you would like to say? Agree, disagree with Uthman's take, or do you have your own bold opinion? Go ahead.
Wow. That's way out left field. I never saw it coming, but I like it. I really like that, Oof. One thing I will agree, I am agreeing with Mo Camera. I do not see or want Cena to win this match, so I'm throwing that out there right now.
Wow.
This is not the John Cena retirement tour. This is John Cena's chasing his 17th world title tour, and he only has a year to do it. I'm going to go with this. I don't know how this is going to pan out. My first pick, to me, has got to be CM Punk. I just don't see him going another Mania without main event in some sort of way. I'm probably going to be wrong about it on how it happens, but I want to see the final two be CM Punk and Seth Rollins again. As far-fetched as this may sound, I mean, I don't really know. This is a hard one to play because you don't really know how the story is going to play out, how each person in this match is going to be worked out towards Mania or for a world title shot of any sort. So I'm just going to plan it out like this and say, even though the odds are John Cena, my bet's going to be CM Punk. I've always been rooting for him to get that main event at Mania. I feel like he's going to get it somehow by hook or crook this year. Whether it be a title match or not, I don't know. But my first pick is going to be CM Punk. My second pick, this is kind of where I want to go with Uthman on this one. However, it's not going to be CM Punk possibly going corporate on this one. I kind of say Logan Paul will.
Oh, no, not Logan Paul.
So, I said, I'm going to make him, yeah. Possibly could, possibly won't. I don't know. They need to elevate him some sort of way, but to me, I'm going to go make an even bolder prediction. John Cena is the first one eliminated.
What are you, TJS now with these predictions? I'm I mean, that would be something if John Cena was the first one out. Listen, I am not going that bold. My first pick is John Cena wins. That's the betting odds. That's what people have been expecting, him to go to WrestleMania and challenging for one of the titles. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes has been rumored for WrestleMania. I'm going with the safe pick. I'm not taking a chance with my first pick. Dwayne, anything you wanted to say?
I was just going to say it, but I pretty much corrected myself.
Oh,
John Cena was also the betting odds to win the Royal Rumble as well. I don't even think Jey Uso was even in the top 5.
No, he was
to win
not.
It, so
you never know. But I don't. There's only one curveball, and his name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and this is what throws me off a little bit because I before The Rock came back last week, I was like, okay, John Cena's winning. Men's Elimination Chamber, kind of predictable. Now, not so much. The only thing that I could see happening besides John Cena is The Rock. I don't think CM Punk is winning it. Seth Rollins would have been my second pick. Maybe Rollins won the Chamber, and then Roman Reigns comes back and demands a match with Rollins, and then CM Punk gets involved, cashes in the favor, and they do something like that, do a multi-man match at WrestleMania for the main event spot. But now that The Rock is back, Cena's my safe pick. Virtue, I'm just doing this for the points. Cena's my safe pick, but what I'd like to see happen, and this is going to be my off-the-wall prediction, we talked about earlier Cody Rhodes turning down The Rock. Well, The Rock exercises his executive power, and The Rock enters the chamber as the 7th participant and wins the chamber match, comes out at the very end as the 7th guy and beats John Cena, wins the chamber match, and gets the world title opportunity against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. The Rock said he's 20 steps ahead of everyone, so maybe this is what happens. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just throwing it out there as a bold second pick. Cena's my safe number 1 pick. I'm throwing The Rock out there as my second throwaway pick. I don't think it's going to happen, but in the event it does, I'll get those points. So that's what I'm going with. And then first person out, I agree with Gino, Damian Priest. I think he's gonna be in the Big Show role where everybody hits him with the finisher, takes him out early on. Cena will hit the AA, Logan Paul will do the punch. All that stuff, GTS, so on and so forth, curb stomp, and that'll be the end of Damian Priest. So that's my picks for the chamber. I'd love to see The Rock show up and win it, but I do not think it's going to happen. But since we get 2 picks, Cena's my number 1. I'm sticking with the safe one for number 1. All right, this guy. I'll throw it over to you now. Your turn to give us something perhaps bold, maybe not, maybe safe picks. Go ahead.
All right. Well, first off, the promo card of everyone in there, I would say the only credit I can give Damian Priest for this match is he actually looks like he's ready for the chamber match. Everybody else's picture is like, hey, and all. It's like, no, I hate those. Like, this is the Elimination Chamber match. Like the classic chamber matches, you have everyone's like really either scared, angry, or fearful. Same difference, whatever. So I'm just gonna give that to Damian Priest. He wins the photo op when it comes to that. Now, getting to the actual match, unfortunately, I agree with Gino. Dude's first one out. I don't know how long. I feel like it's gonna be one of those situations when it's like 4 to 5 of the opponents in there, and then he's gonna get eliminated. And then going to my picks, I am going to talk myself into my first pick, but I already know who my second pick is, and it's Cena. Dwayne, earlier with the whole odds betting when it comes to Cena winning for Royal Rumble, I already knew there was no way he was winning because they constantly advertised that he was going to be at the E-Chamber match. There's no way. I wasn't going to – if anybody said, hey, you want to take bet odds on this Cena winning? No, I'm not taking it. Cena for second place. My first person, I don't know, because all you guys have these great ideas when it comes to CM Punk cashing in his favor. Drew being a great heel the last couple years. Speaking of virtues on there, no offense, Virtue, but all these years I've been saying that the main event scene needs to be like it was back in the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era. And now we finally have it again, where you have so many main event superstars that you don't know who is going to win any of these big matches. Like this is why I'm so nervous about this prediction, because usually I'm like, XYZ person is going to win. Cool, they win or lose. It's not that big a deal. But everybody in this match has a high chance of winning, and that's what makes WWE so great. When they have main eventers like neck and neck like this is where you can watch WWE and enjoy every moment. Even if your pick loses, this is where you need to be when everybody is so close. Now, I still don't know my first pick, but I'm just gonna say Drew, just for it. I don't think he's gonna win it, but my first pick is gonna be Drew. Second is gonna be Cena. CM Punk. I think next year he's gonna retire. So if he doesn't get a seat at the main event this year, it's gonna be next year. And like you guys said, The Rock throws everything into a disarray. So I'm gonna just go with Drew for my first pick, Cena for my second pick. Sorry, Damian Priest, but you have a great picture.
All right, there you have it. Matthew, we'll wrap it up with you. Go ahead.
All right. So I thought about this for quite a bit. First off, Damian Priest is the first one out.
Yeah.
Number two, and I sat on this a couple times, it's going to be Logan Paul. They're going to shock the world, and it's going to be Logan Paul. It's going to be the number two. And he's going to eliminate Cena to set up probably a Cena-Logan Paul match at Mania. And I don't think Cena's going to win the title until Money in the Bank. Because I think what they're going to do is they're going to have Cena do the only thing he hasn't done and have a successful Money in the Bank cash-in. And that's when Cena's going to finally win that title. The winner of the Chamber match is going to be CM Punk. And he's going to do it by hook, crook, or selling his soul to the devil himself, the final boss. He will do whatever it takes to get that Mania spotlight. And even if that means teaming up with The Rock, which will cause the internet to explode because we get corporate Punk, he will do whatever it takes to get that Mania main event.
All right. I just want to see The Rock win the thing. I would love for that to happen. If it was my call and I could write the show, I want The Rock to win it and steal the spot. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of possibilities. Some people pick Drew McIntyre. We got picks for CM Punk. So, yeah, it could go any number of ways, and that's what makes it fun to watch and interesting. But regardless of what they do, I'm sure some people on the internet will complain. Time will tell on that one. I would be very impressed if WWE could come up with something that the vast majority of fans are satisfied with. I don't know if they will, but we'll see. We'll see what they come up with for the Chamber. I hate to say it, but I do set my expectations a little bit low just because I don't know if they're going to be able to come up with something that really satisfies everyone, and they might end up pissing off a lot of people. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Elimination Chamber this Saturday. NoDQ.com will have live coverage. Let's go ahead and do our plugs now. Thank you to the panel for being on tonight. Appreciate it. Oof, we'll start with you. Any final thoughts and anything you would like to plug or promote?
Just final thoughts were as far as what happens to Cena, and again, if the prediction is true that he doesn't win it, I agree with Matthew. I think he does win Money in the he wins Money in the Bank. Or possibly even King of the Ring, because Cena hasn't done that either. I think Cena should win the title at SummerSlam. He doesn't have to win it at Mania. He could still win number 17, but at SummerSlam here in Jersey. But I think hold off till the summer, because let everybody else shine at Mania. Have Cena have his fun in the summer, and then maybe we can get Orton and Cena sometime in the fall or something like that. But other than that, again, like we've all been saying, even though we came up with our predictions, there's so many ways that WWE can take this. We hope Hunter and the creative team, they have their ideas, they have their roadmaps to WrestleMania. And again, I think it's going to be a pretty good show. So the only plug is I finally started my show. Oof Entertainment presents Gabbing with Oof. It's my talk show series. Episode 1 is up already. I gab about the new Captain America movie. I question why so many of us fans have expectations so high or low. I talk about what's up with the MCU. How can it get better? How can it get worse? But yeah, check it out. Check it out. Episode 1 is up, gabbing about Captain America. And again, thanks, Aaron. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on. Look forward to being on again in the near future.
All right, appreciate you, Oof. Thank you for that. And we'll throw it over to this guy experience. Go ahead. I'll throw up your plug for you.
All right. So I, as always, don't really have any plugs. I'm not really social media nut, but my wife, she does crocheting. She has hats, plushies. She's creating several blankets, even though winter's almost over, but it's still getting pretty cold down here where we live. So yeah, just hit her up on was it Facebook and Instagram. I also have a couple hats here. I wear this pretty much every day, and this is one of her kind of prototypes, whatever. So, but I love this hat. I wear it like everywhere. So,
all right, thank you for that, this guy. Appreciate it. Next, we'll throw it over to Dwayne. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
No, nothing really to promote right now. I am looking forward to this. I am bummed because it just dawned on me I'm not going to be able to see this until early Sunday morning.
Oh no!
Which means I forgot that I picked up an overnight shift Saturday. Not even realizing it was Elimination Chamber match. But so now it's going to suck because it's going to be hard to stay off my phone for 12 hours. So other than that, it's going to be a great pay-per-view. It's a great sitting down chat with you guys again. There's nothing I love more than sitting down talking about wrestling. So either way, we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys on the next prediction show, hopefully.
All right, thank you for that. Matthew, anything you'd like to plug or promote?
Nothing really to promote or plug, just, as always, a pleasure to be here. Check out NoDQ. Love talking with all you guys about wrestling, even if we always don't have the same opinions. It's always a fun time. Of course, we love you, Aaron. You are our tribal chief. And, just excited to see where this goes and how it leads up to, the final weeks of till Mania. We've got some crazy predictions, some a little bolder than others, but, I'm curious to see, if WWE is willing to be as bold as some of our predictions are.
Let's hope so. Let's hope they can come up with something that's not just a little unpredictable, but also something that's satisfying for the fan base. Although you could argue that most fans, not the internet fans, but most casual fans were happy with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Gino, any final thoughts and your plug? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the show. It's fun to talk with you guys about wrestling. Even the most far out there picks and takes that we have, it would still all be entertaining to see. So that's the best thing about wrestling is really no matter what they decide to do, to some degree, it's going to have an emotional reaction to us, and it's going to be something that we want to talk about. So I thank wrestling for that. I thank Aaron and the whole NoDQ Galaxy for allowing us to have this space to talk that. If you guys want to check me out, you saw that graphic earlier. Papagino0017 on YouTube. I play a lot of video games live and upload some pretty fun and awesome clips. If you'd like to have a good time.
All right, guys, that's it for the Elimination Chamber video.
I just want to add, just like what Dwayne said, I too won't be home to watch the pay-per-view. Me and friends and family are actually going to a Mardi Gras party on Saturday, but that's why the Lord created earpieces. So on my cell phone, I'll have the pay-per-view listening in and then probably watching a review as well at the party. So multitasking is what I'm saying on Saturday. So,
and as you guys know, if you missed the show, stay off the internet because the spoilers come out, and that's just how it goes. So you gotta just turn off the computer, not even go on Twitter or Facebook. You just gotta stay off till you can watch the show live. But thank you guys. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to everybody watching the video, whether it's live or on demand. NoDQ.com will have live coverage this Saturday night. Stay tuned for that, and I'll be back on after the chamber with my thoughts on the show. Until then, say yes to NoDQ.com. Have a great night. Have a great week. Take care. We'll see you all next time.
Adios.